Hello friends, it's Dave here from SaveDex, here to bring you a sort of mini initial review and share my experience of a game called Sami Roll, which launched on Nintendo Switch just last week, but it is also available on Steam. This one caught my eye on the eShop a while ago. It kinda looked like a cross between Yooka-Laylee and Super Monkey Ball, with its lizard character using its tongue and the checked patterns on some of the level floors and the way he rolls into a ball, of course. I held off on buying it as I wanted to see some reviews for the Switch version, but I wasn't seeing any after a few days, so I took the plunge and bought it myself, and here's what I think of it. I'm calling this a mini initial review since I haven't beaten the game yet, but I have put over 5 hours into it and I just wanted to get my thoughts out there. So just to sum up my thoughts quickly, I do like this game quite a bit, but it's a tricky one to recommend because at the same time I think a lot of people might hate this game. The reason I think this is because the game is very difficult, I'm finding, to the point where it almost plays like a Twitch platformer, where I would spend a lot of time attempting the same level over and over again and constantly fail. Now, there are plenty of games like that, such as Cuphead, Celeste, and Super Meat Boy, just to name a few, which still all have the same feeling to it, and they're all critically acclaimed and very popular, but this game tends to feel difficult for the wrong reasons at times. The story is nothing special. You play as Sami and your friend Vera has been kidnapped. Go and save her. When I first played it, I kept on noticing other games that seemed to inspire this. The opening stage made me think of Captain Toad, the map screen, that's Mario 3, isn't it? The stage title screen is clearly Sonic. The character makes me think of Yooka-Laylee, and the rolling makes me think of Monkey Ball. But really, as I play the game, I mostly think of Super Mario 3D World. There's something about the stage designs and the linear platforming nature that just reminds me of that game. The first boss is even driving a purple car. One level felt like it was ripped straight from Super Mario Sunshine's floodless linear levels. Now this isn't necessarily a bad thing, and I am not accusing this game of being a rip-off at all, but it's a shame that I can't help but think of other games as I play through this one. Shovel Knight, for example, reminded me of several other games that clearly inspired it, such as Mario 3, Mega Man and DuckTales, but it also had a strong enough identity that I eventually forgot about those other games and I saw Shovel Knight as its own thing. But what this game does do differently, and uniquely from my experience, is in how it controls. You automatically roll around as you move, pressing B to jump, A is to do a slam move that allows you to bounce higher, and Y is to use your tongue. Not for attacking, but for grabbing things. These are mostly walls or ledges which help you to traverse the level, and when you get the hang of this and can build up momentum, that makes navigating the levels a lot of fun. You can grab a wall with your tongue, pull yourself towards it, and then jump before hitting the wall to launch yourself forwards. And there are areas in some levels that require this, and it's a satisfying feeling. There are also coins to collect and a hidden raspberry on each stage, as well as checkpoints. But then we get to what I said earlier, and that is the difficulty. The moves I just mentioned are a lot of fun, when it works. Your main goal on each level is simply to get to the owl at the end of the stage, who carries you on to the next one. Along the way you'll meet plenty of platforming challenges, narrow paths and enemies that want to hinder you in very annoying ways. The good news is, there is no health bar, no hit points, and you essentially have unlimited health. If an enemy hits you, you'll get knocked back a little bit and stunned for a second or two. Doesn't sound too bad, but there are a few drawbacks. Firstly, you die by falling off the stage, and getting knocked back can result in that. And secondly, although your health is unlimited, your time isn't. Each stage has a time limit, and a lot of my failed attempts came from being delayed by enemies enough for me to run out of time, especially later on when I would be overrun by them. Each coin you collect adds a second to your timer, and there is the option to set the game to easy mode, which turns off the time limit for those that find it too annoying. But why haven't I done this? Because I love this sort of thing. This is something that very much caters to me personally, but I think this will put a lot of people off. I will spend a long time attempting the same level over and over again, and I honestly really enjoy this type of challenge, And if that sort of thing isn't for you, I completely understand, but even if it is, be warned, because the controls can be clunky and unresponsive at times. The manoeuvres with your tongue, for example, can be hit and miss, which makes it frustrating to miss a jump and feel like it wasn't your fault, and the enemy placement can feel really cheap at times, as well as the tight time limits and precise platforming skills needed in a game that really doesn't have tight enough controls. The camera can be set to automatic or manual, where you can move it with the right stick, and overall I found the camera was pretty good in this game and never hindered me at all. There is still a lot to enjoy here. There's a lot of levels I've seen so far that have variety in the stages, looks and designs. The map screen has the charming pixel art aesthetic, with shops to find that you can spend the coins and raspberries on for cosmetic changes to your character, among other things. Some levels have secret exits, and you can purchase clues in the shop to tell you how to access a secret exit without telling you which level. But one told me about following some yellow mushrooms, so when I got to a stage that had mushrooms and I saw a yellow one, I jumped on it and found a trail I could bounce along, and a secret exit was there that took me to a bonus stage. The game also ranks your performance on each level and tracks your best times, which adds to the replay value. And there's also a multiplayer mode I unlocked that allows you to race some balls along a track, which really does make me think of Monkey Ball or Marble Madness, and this one controls pretty well. So overall, I am enjoying this game so far. I will continue to play it, maybe I'll stream it if people want to see that, but I am very aware that it has its flaws that some people will be put off by. The controls really aren't as precise as they need to be for a tight platformer like this. The game doesn't carry enough of its own identity, and some level elements are more frustrating than fun. For £11 though, I feel like I'm getting my money's worth, but I am a sucker for punishment with games like this, and if you like the look of it, then it's not a bad price. Like I said, I've played for over 5 hours and I'm still on world 3, and I believe there are 4 worlds in this game, with plenty of secrets still to find and stuff to unlock and replay. But just be warned that it can be very frustrating at times and not always for the right reasons. So those are my initial thoughts of Super Sami Roll. What do you think of it? Let me know down below, and make sure to like and subscribe for more videos to come in the future. Thank you so much for watching everyone. See you in the next one.